Welcome to Connecticut Style. I'm Jocelyn Mementa. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you're having a great day so far. Coming up, teens are not always open to what parents have to say. So how do you get them to really listen and heed your advice? Randall Toms wrote a book about it, and you'll hear what inspired him to write Discovering Your True North, Letters to Aaron. And Family Care Visiting Nurse and Home Care Agency offers a broad range of services to patients in the comfort of their own home. Well, today we'll talk about two of those areas: diabetes prevention and congestive heart failure education. Right now, let's check in with Teresa in the kitchen.
All right, Justin, I'm here with Chef Dad Oskan and Chef Ibrahim Yeni from Sultan's Turkish Restaurant in Waterbury. Welcome back to the show. It's always nice to have you here. Bring a little culture to the set here on Connecticut Style. So what are we making today?
Today we're making zucchini pancake appetizer.
All right. Oh, they look great. They're over here.
We already have this one here made, pre-made.
Very nice.
The second dish is entree, which is Sultan Delight.
A Sultan Delight. So this is something royalty would eat?
It is made for only Sultan. So
only Sultans. And us on Connecticut Style, I guess.
Yes. Now we make it for you guys.
All right, and it's based with lamb, correct?
Yes, we make the lamb saute.
Okay.
First in the pan. But
Right.
we marinate the lamb the night before, so it's become very tender.
All right, well, you know, we're going to do that in just a minute, but now let's get the show on the road. Look right into camera 2 and tell everyone what they're going to do.
Sit back and relax. You are having lunch with style.
Summer's still alive and kicking at the Big E, September 16th through October 2nd. Enjoy an evening with Cheap Trick at the Big E, September 30th, free on the Comcast Arena stage.
If you're considering home improvements this fall, you owe it to yourself to check out Advanced Window Systems. AWS is the only home improvement company used and endorsed by local celebrities with factory direct, high-quality windows starting at only $199 installed. Advanced Window Systems is locally owned and operated by the Lavoie family and their experienced team of professionals. Call for our fall special and save up to 50% on your heating bills this winter. Same as cash for 1 year if paid in full.
Window Systems, 1-800-841-6544.
Local construction workers
Our state, our jobs!
fighting hard to keep jobs here in Connecticut.
They have a variety of skill sets, but they all have one thing in common. They want to work.
Well, we understand where they're coming from.
I think what you're seeing right now is a lot of frustration.
We've got contractors that are flat, sitting on their butt, and it's got to stop.
That's why we're making their voices heard. Who's got your back? News 8.
Advice is usually the last thing a teenager wants to hear, especially when it comes from a parent.
So our next guest found a unique way to package his words of wisdom for his daughter and others.
In his book, Discovering Your True North, Letters to Aaron, Randy Toms discovers and shares his insights and opinions on all different aspects of his life. Welcome to Connecticut Style. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So this book is written in a kind of a unique way. Why don't you expand on that?
Well, I wrote this book in a series of letters to my daughter, Erin, about different aspects of life that can have a profound effect on everybody. And there's 22 chapters, 22 letters.
Oh.
It covers different things: parents and peer pressure, friendship, relationships, positive thinking, how to sell yourself, spirituality and religion, just different topics like that.
What were you trying to do in this book? Were you trying to correct some things that possibly you didn't get when you were younger?
Maybe that I learned the hard way, and I don't want her to learn the hard way. You know, so if she gets something out of it and doesn't make some of the mistakes that I made, great.
Well, has she read it? What does she think?
Yeah, she thinks it's great, and of course she's proud that her dad wrote it. So some of her friends have read it. They like it. A lot of parents have read it and gotten something out of it. There's really something in it for everybody.
Why in a letter form?
I don't know. It just seemed like a good way to package an idea on a certain thing where she would get it.
You think writing it in that way, it just got your message across? Because
Yes.
sometimes when you vocalize it, it's not quite the same as when you write it.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly it. So, and then I used myself as an example, some of the missteps I've made along the way, but I tried doing it in a way that it wouldn't be all about me and too personal. Just that I know what this is about because I've been there and done that. And this is why I don't want you doing that. So
you're giving the explanation as to why something would be a wrong decision.
yes, which a lot of parents don't end up doing when they're raising their kids. They just end up, you know, telling them, no, don't do this, no, don't do that.
Because I said so, because I'm the parent.
That's right. You know, my father used to say, I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so, but, you know, and there should be more why, I think, because these kids are exposed to a lot of things early on. I mean, way before teenage years.
So that's why you also say that parents really need to start talking to their children at a very, very young age.
They do. They really do. So we always tried to talk to Erin and treat her more like an adult. You know, and talk to her like she's a real person. So.
But you got to make sure, though, you're still the parent, not the friend.
That's right. And I make that point in the book, too. So, you know, don't lose sight of what your job is to do as a parent. So.
And one of the sections in the book talks about peer pressure, and it comes in all shapes and sizes. Do you have any advice that you could offer to our viewers?
Well, just because your friends are throwing themselves off a cliff doesn't mean you should.
Do you know, I've heard that my whole life.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, growing up.
Yeah.
I think it was a bridge, right?
Yeah. And that, you know, through when you're growing up and through your high school years, it's all about fitting in. But then once you get out of high school and you go into the real world, it's about standing out. And the sooner you figure that out, you know, the most successful people figure that out early on.
Your friends really do tell people who you are.
Yes.
Is that also something you bring up?
Yeah, and that they come in all different shapes and sizes, and you have to, at some point, realize what people are dangerous to you and which ones aren't.
You call some fair weather friends?
That's right. Where they're always around when things are just light and happy-go-lucky and, you know, not too personal. And that very seldom, you know, once in a blue moon, you'll make a true friend. And I have a couple that, you know, I have some that I've had for 30-plus years. I just saw one yesterday that I've had for 38 years. So.
They're few and far between, though, right?
Very few and far between.
You talk about self-reliance and independence, and we just mentioned that how important it is to form your own unique identity.
Yeah.
How do you do that, though, when you're 17 years old?
Well, I think the big point I wanted to make to her was not to be afraid to face whatever challenge. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to go forward and take the steps that you need to do that. And it takes a certain amount of self-reliance and independence. Different people with different personality makeups will have different amounts of it. But, you know, we never try to stifle her. You know, we want her to move forward. I mean, I want her to do it in the right way so she doesn't end up, you know, stepping in some quicksand. But
sometimes you have to make mistakes along the way to
yes,
learn from them, right?
That's right, because there are no rule books necessarily. So,
Yeah,
and I make that point in the book too.
They have to make the mistakes to learn and then move on.
Right, and hopefully they're not real bad mistakes, you know. And hopefully as a parent you can keep them from really.
That's right, that's why you're there,
That's
to help
right.
guide them
That's
through
right.
these mistakes.
Yep, exactly.
Randy, where can we find your book?
It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online. There's signed copies available at the Bank Street Book Nook in New Milford.
Oh, terrific.
And we're working on trying to, you know, make it available in more places.
Just really quickly, just to wrap things up, what's the biggest message you have here for parents and children?
Just to talk to each other, and that parents should respect their kids. I mean, to a point, but
Right.
they should respect their kids and treat them like people, not like 5-year-olds.
Very good.
You
All right,
know.
Randy, thank you so much for being here. The name of the book, again, is Discovering Your True North, Letters to Erin.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, I'm in the kitchen with Sultan's Turkish Restaurant. That's when Connecticut Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
Discover Buick, one of America's fastest growing auto brands. See for yourself why Lexus and BMW owners are switching to Buick. Now lease this Regal for $229 per month at your Connecticut Buick dealer.
If you've been injured through no fault of your own, call Injury Attorney for Me today. Our network of professional injury attorneys are on your side and will work to get you money for your pain and suffering. The law limits the time you have to file your claim, and the insurance companies protect their own best interest. Call Injury Attorney for Me now. Protect your family and your future with the compensation you deserve. Call 1-888-898-9529 or visit injuryattorneyforme.com.
It's great to be back. Hi! It's great to be back.
At play or at work, everyone wants to get back in the game as soon as possible. Our team of compassionate physicians at the Center for Orthopedics has the experience and the specialty training to do just that. The Center for Orthopedics. Visit us online or call for an appointment.
Engineering excellence. Acadia. When you compare it to the competition, the choice is exceptionally clear. Now lease this 2011 GMC Acadia for $299 per month at your Connecticut GMC dealer.
You'll find a world of flavors at Sultan's Turkish Restaurant in Waterbury. I'm back with owner Cevdet Özkan and Chef Ibrahim Yeni. Welcome to Connecticut Style. Always nice to have you both here.
Thank you.
I'm trying to be a sultan. What do you think?
You look perfect.
Thank you. So we should mention you've been open for about 7-8 months now.
7-8 months, and then we are located in the 84 exit 25.
Right in Waterbury. Easy on,
Yes.
easy off.
Right from the highway, you can see very easily, and we have a big banner so you can see our menu with the pictures.
Great. And what are we making here today?
Today we're making a zucchini pancake. We call it mücver.
Say it one more time.
Mücver.
Mücver. Okay. Zucchini pancake,
It's a
a.k.a.
vegetarian appetizer.
All right.
Mr. Ibrahim is going to show us how to...
Chef, what's in there? Some zucchini?
This zucchini.
We add zucchini, a little bit of shredded carrot,
okay,
fresh dill, egg, flour, and then a little bit of feta cheese.
Ooh, it smells lovely. Now, would you serve this as an appetizer?
We serve this as an appetizer,
Okay.
which is
So
perfect for appetizers.
you have a little bit of oil in a
Yes.
frying pan. So
Yes.
we're just going to make a little cake out of this, right?
Yes, just like a pancake. And then after we cook this in the pan, we add a little bit on top yogurt.
Oh, a little bit of yogurt, okay.
With the yogurt.
And it looks like you put some cheese on there, a little mozzarella?
Yes,
Okay.
add some mozzarella cheese so give it a nice flavor.
All right, terrific.
And
I'll put this over here.
we should,
You know what we should mention? How pretty it is inside your restaurant. How authentic looking. It
Yes.
feels like you're in Turkey.
feel like a palace.
It does, okay.
We get the idea from palace, and we're going to do some more changes inside. We're going to make a Sultan's room inside, and when you come in, you're going to see like there's a corner. This is our next project.
I see, okay. I remember last time you said you had belly dancers coming in?
We do once a month belly dancer. This coming first day of the October.
Great.
We will do belly dancing.
That's
And
gotta be
then
fun.
We have some events too. Sometimes we have live music. But we will post everything on the Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook and Twitter, it's where you can
Yes,
find all the information.
You can follow us there for the daily updates.
Got it.
And
Now this looks like eggplant?
yes, we're making here, this is our future menu. We will make this new items.
We should mention a future item because you're kind of revamping the menu, putting some new items on there.
Yes.
Great.
Because we opened already 6 months. So now we try to make different things every time, not to keep the same menu because we have a lot of things to cook. So this is from the Sultan Palace. It's made for Sultan.
So this is made for royalty.
Royalty.
So you're going to be treated like royalty when you go there.
Yes, this is very historic. So we make in here, we make the first eggplant, we grill it like it's smoked.
Sure.
And then we get inside of eggplant. And he put in the pan powder.
Okay.
A little bit flour. And mixture eggplant, make it warm. and a little bit of a cheese too.
Okay.
Then after that, he's gonna make the topping on top.
Okay.
Which is we have here lamb cut in the cubes.
Okay. Some peppers and onions.
He will saute in the pan first, and then right here you see we have we place the eggplant first on the plate, and the mixture goes on top.
Okay. While he's doing this, tell me about catering. You have the capability to do it for a lot of people.
Yes, we have a catering menu. If anybody requests, we can send them the catering menu, and then we will do delivery for them if they want. So, especially business, we do big caterings, so they can get a sandwich, they can get a wrap, or a salad, or a shish kebab. They can get a gyro, anything they request from us.
Great, and that goes along with your lunch menu. You have quite a deal going for lunchtime.
Lunch, we do this time promotion on the sandwich and wrap. All sandwich and wrap we do $5.99.
Wow, sandwich wrap $5.99. That's great.
It's yeah, we doing competition with other fast food restaurants too.
But this is healthy, and you get a whole meal out of it.
Yes, we do everything fresh, so nothing frozen.
Chef, how was the zucchini pancake coming? It's frying on both sides, right?
Couple minutes.
Couple minutes on each side, and it gets brown. You can flip it. Okay.
So
what else?
Yeah, shrimpy.
Oh, and that's what it'll turn out like. We should mention that fresh, everything's made at the restaurant?
We make our own bread daily, and then we make our sandwich bread. And also we make our own dessert too. We make a nice baklava, rice pudding, Turkish style, and then we have a milk pudding. It's called kazandibi, just like a flan. And then we make now künefe. We serve the künefe in these cups. We make the shredded phyllo dough. Put the cheese inside, and we put the cover with a more phyllo, and then baked it in the oven.
Ooh.
We serve it hot and the syrup.
And you have some very strong coffee too, don't you?
Yes. We have everything.
That's on the menu. Great.
Yes.
Well, you know, we're running out of time, but I know that we're going to want to taste all this at the end of the show.
Yes, true.
Actually, that looks terrific right now. But anyway, all the information is going to be on our website, and you could check out Sultan's Turkish Restaurant. All the information is on your screen. It's located in Waterbury. The phone number is 203-591-8450, or check them out online at sultansrestaurantct.com. All right, gentlemen, I'm looking forward to tasting this. You could stay to the end of the show, because I know Jocelyn's going to want to try it too.
Sure.
All right, very good.
Enjoy it.
Stay with us. There's more Connecticut Style coming up after the break.
The Yankees play the Rays tonight at 7 only on MyTV9. New York heads to Tampa Bay. Which team will take the lead in the final series of the season? Tune in to find out tonight at 7 only on MyTV9. Who's got your back tomorrow morning? News 8.
Hi, I'm Bob Alvine.
And I'm Jeff Fox, here with great news.
Introducing Premier Kia. Kias start as low as $12,797.
And all are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Premier Kia, Route 1, Branford.
Some motorcycle lawyers claim they ride, but they don't. Some motorcycle lawyers tell you if you go down, they'll pick you up, but they don't have the experience. At Trantolo & Trantolo, our lawyers ride, and we have the experience that gets results. If you've been seriously injured and have a case, call my firm. We'll make it easy. We'll make it simple. We'll make them pay. Your bike is your passion. Your case is ours.
Hi, I'm Bob Alvine.
And I'm Jeff Fox, here with great news.
Introducing Premier Kia. Kias start as low as $12,797.
And all are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Premier Kia, Route 1, Branford.
Family Care Visiting Nurse and Home Care Agency provides a full range of quality care in the comfort of a patient's home. And today we're going to zero in on two of those areas, diabetes and congestive heart failure. Joining me now is Christina Rosa, the RN team leader. Welcome, Christina. It's great to have you.
Nice to be here.
You've been on the show before. Let's get people who may not be familiar with the agency up to date what the agency does. If you can give them a general overview.
We are a visiting nurse agency comprised of a full team of nurses and home health aides. We go into a patient's home to kind of teach them how to better care for their new diagnosis for later on in life.
You actually have 5 locations?
We have 5 locations, our main location being in Stratford, New Haven, Norwalk, Waterbury, and Meriden.
Well, today we're talking about 2 specific topics, and the first one is diabetes, self-management. Diabetes on the rise with the number of, of course, with the obesity also on the rise.
Very much so, absolutely. With the high rise of obesity, more patients are being hospitalized with diabetes, coming home and not knowing how to manage it.
So what's the first thing they need to do? That is blood glucose.
Yep, we have our
monitoring.
nurses go in. We teach them how to check their sugars with their machines, how to use the machine, prick themselves and get their little sample, and how often they need to check their sugars and the ranges of their blood sugars, when to call the doctor, when to call the nurse.
The blood glucose monitoring, I know it can be overwhelming for some folks.
Very much so. A lot of people are afraid of needles, number one. Blood.
Yes.
It's a lot of teaching, and they get their machine and we sit with them, and it's a slow process. We're not expecting them to learn it overnight. Our nurses can go in and check their sugars for them while we teach. So that way it is getting done, but in the meantime, they'll get a handle on it. They learn.
Until they get comfortable. Then.
Absolutely.
And also we talk about instruction on insulin self-injection.
Yes, we have a lot of patients who start insulin, unfortunately, and like I said, they don't like the needles. We teach them how to draw up their insulin, what dose they need to take, and how to inject their insulin and where on their bodies they should inject it.
Education really is the key here.
It is a big part of our role. The nurses go in and we do a lot of teaching.
And also I know that diet instruction and counseling is also part of that. We all know that diabetes can be controlled through diet.
Absolutely, yes. We teach the patients what to take, watching their sugar, but also watching their carbohydrate intake is a huge player. We can sit with them in their kitchens, go through what they have in their house, also how to read their labels, and food diaries, also just trying to keep track of what they're eating daily.
And there is a way to get off the medication if you really watch your diet and exercise as well.
Exercising and diet is a huge role. We have plenty of people who eventually stop medication just with daily exercise and watching what they eat.
And another one we want to talk about, another area, is congestive heart failure.
Yes.
Number 1 killer, heart disease, number 1 killer for men and women.
Absolutely. Patients are in the hospital and they come home, they don't know what it means and they don't know how it affects their lives. We go in, it's also a lot of diet teaching. Watching their sodium is what they really need to do, and how they deal with the fluid. It's a fluid overload.
So how do you help people at home?
We do the diets, we check their vitals, we measure their weight. Daily weights plays a role in it. They need to check their weight daily. And monitoring their legs, fluid in their legs.
Lifestyle education, is that something that people still don't quite understand that they need to be doing?
They don't. They go home and think it's back to the way things were before and everything's better now when they're out of the hospital, but it's not. It is a lifestyle change. It affects their daily life. It affects their breathing, their sleeping. So we do mainly teaching and medication teaching also.
How do you drive that message to them, though?
A lot of reinforcement, positive reinforcement. We sit with them, talk to them, let them talk to us about what's bothering them. We also kind of play a counselor role as well.
And the nutrition, you say you really sit down and talk to them about what they're eating, and you totally change the way they eat.
Change the way they eat. We could do food diaries. We sit with labels, how to measure their sodium, writing what they eat so they can look back and see what they did for the day.
Do you go with them to the grocery store?
No, but when we go there, we can sit with them and have them write, and we can sit with them saying, that's not something you should be having, and see what else they can make other decisions.
And really quickly, Family Care Visiting Nurse and Home Care Agency is located at 999 Oronoque Lane.
Yes, in Stratford.
And that is in Stratford. The phone number on your screen right there, 203-380-3220, or you can go to familycarevn.com.
Yes.
Christina, thanks so much for being
you.
here. Lots of great information.
Thank you very much.
Don't go away. There is more Connecticut Style right after this.
If you're between the ages of 40 and 85, call 1-800-248-9700 now to find out more about Funeral Advantage. The average funeral costs over $9,000, But the most government benefits will pay your family is only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the balance. Call now to learn how Funeral Advantage helps protect your loved ones. It pays up to $20,000 cash immediately for funeral and any other expenses. You must be age 40 to 85 to qualify. It's easy. No physical examination is necessary. And coverage starts as soon as you're accepted. To get free information about Funeral Advantage, call 1-800-248-9700 now. With Funeral Advantage, your rates will never increase, your benefits will never decrease, and your plan cannot be canceled. You'll also get a free planning guide to help carry out your wishes, so everything is done just as you'd want them to be. Funeral Advantage pays up to $20,000 cash to your family when they need it most. To get free information about Funeral Advantage and its benefits, call 1-800-248-9700 now. There's no obligation. Call now.
Dancing with the Stars is back for season 13 and features the most surprising cast ever. We're happy to announce that News 8 and Big Y World Class Market are once again giving you a chance to enter to win 2 tickets to the live finale show in Los Angeles. The prize includes hotel and airfare. What a treat to enter. Just go to ConnecticutStyle.tv. We also wanted to remind you about the upcoming Mark My Words, an evening with Baldacci, Grisham, and Picot, Wednesday, October 19th at 8 p.m. at Woolsey Hall in New Haven. It's all to benefit the Mark Twain House and Museum. All the information is right there on the screen. And as a special bonus, we're giving away autographed copies of these authors' books. All you have to do is go to ConnecticutStyle.tv and enter to win. And we're back here in the kitchen ready to eat the fabulous food that Sultan's Turkish Restaurant has made for us. And of course, we're also here with all of our guests. Should we go ahead and try to distribute this? Go ahead, let's pass this out to everybody. And you can get to the restaurant by going to, I believe, on 84,
Highway
right?
84,
Highway 84, on the way to Waterbury. Okay, you want to go ahead and give everybody a taste of this fabulous zucchini pancake.
We call it mücver.
Very good. All right, Randy, where can we get your book again?
Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com.
Very good. And Christina, your website?
FamilyCareVN.com.
Very good. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us on the show. And of course, all of you, thank you for watching. Make it a great day.